Hey guys, it's Dave here from To Do's and Brews, and a buddy of mine said, hey Dave, why don't you put some shorts on for some things that people could do easily and quickly that maybe they don't know how to do. So let's just say that you have something like this going on. Hey guys, don't let changing your oil be intimidating to you. For crying out loud, it's a very easy thing to do. It doesn't take a lot of tools and it doesn't take any kind of special space. You don't need a shop. You can do it in your garage, in your driveway. You can do it in a parking lot, at an apartment, just like any place like that. I'm going to show you how to quickly do this so that you can save yourself some cash. And I get that there are some reasons that you may not be changing your own oil. Maybe you got a brand new car, it came with so many free oil changes, or there's something under warranty. And other than that, there's some other reasons like you're lazy. No, it's not my intention to offend. I'm just being fun with you. But let's just show you how quickly and easily you can change your own oil. Real quickly, there's just a few things that you need. I like to use rubber gloves. You don't have to do that. It just keeps these things nice and pretty. You got to have some kind of oil wrench, usually, to get this thing off. You can use one like this, buy it pretty cheap. I like this little gadget right here because it expands and it allows me to get all different size oil filters. Just hook that to the ratchet there. And then I need to know for my drain plug what size wrench I need. I got a 15 millimeter for mine. Again, for the stuff that you're going to need for this, like one oil change will pay for most of it. It's also good to have shop towels and a funnel. First thing you're going to do is you're going to figure out what kind of oil you need. You can look into your owner's manual. You can look it up online. So mine takes a 5W30. If you don't know what all that means, you can look it up on Google Gemini. And also you're going to have a filter. So I'm going to figure out what kind of filter I need. I need the 105/75 for this car right here. I just use a regular frame. You can use high mileage. There's all kinds of different filters that you can choose from. And but I just choose the cheaper ones, seriously, because I change my oil very regularly. So let's get under the car and find out how easy it is to drain it. Now we're going to get under the car and we're going to locate the drain plug. We got to drain all the oil out of it, put the plug back in, change the filter, and then fill it back up. It's really that simple. Let's get under the car and figure out what we're doing there. Yeah, I had all my stuff sitting in the drain pan and didn't mention it. But listen, I got my car jacked up. You don't have to. It's usually better if you do. But if you do, make sure to use jack stands. Don't be stupid. So I'm going to look at my engine. I'm going to find my engine, maybe look it up online, whatever. But there's my drain plug right there. I put my pan right under it. And then I got my trusty little 15 mil here to take the thing off. When I take it out, I'm going to quickly look at my drain plug and make sure that that grommet, see that grommet right in there, that is still good, and make sure that it's, I mean, usually they don't get crusty, but you just want to make sure. Another cool part about changing your own oil is while we're waiting for that oil to drain, it's the perfect amount of time to enjoy a tasty beverage. And today I'm going to choose the Arrowhead Red Lager from KC Bier Co in Kansas City. Look at that color. It looks great. And oh, so delicious. And with that, I'm going to take you back to our project. When the oil's down to just a drip like that, see it? Now it's time to put the plug back in. I put it in finger tight, then I put the wrench on, I get it snug. The one thing is you do not want to over tighten. You don't want to under tighten it, but you don't want to over tighten an oil plug. If you strip it out, then you got to buy a new oversized one. So get it nice and snug, and now we're done under the car. Now I'm going to locate my oil filter, and on this 2012 Chevy Traverse, it's right here on the front of the engine, right there. You can just see it. There it is. Okay, I'm going to take this oil pan and I'm going to scoot it up here under where the filter is, because once we take that filter off, it's going to drip a little bit. I just unscrew it. All right, there was no way to let you see when my hand's down in there of getting that oil filter wrench on that oil filter. I've loosened it a little bit, so let's take it out. And just like that, there it is. So I like to put mine into the oil so I don't get everything all over the place. And voila, just like that, I've got my new oil filter. Now, two things just to check for real quick. I want to make sure that this gasket ring is on there, because sometimes it can get stuck onto the block, and if you do that and you put two of these on there, it's going to squirt everywhere. So just make sure that that's on there. And then this new one needs a little bit of lubrication, so I'm going to take my finger and just dunk it in there, and I'm just going to run it around the rim here just to get me a little lubrication on that thing. And this is the most funnest part, is to get everything back in here and try to get it all screwed on right. And if you hold your tongue just right, it'll go on the first time. My tongue must have been in the right spot because it went right on. And now I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it till it's kind of starts getting hard, and then I'm going to give it just a quarter to a half a turn more to make sure that it's well seated. Now we've got our filter on, we've got our engine drained. Now all we have to do is fill it up. Oh my God, don't forget to fill it up. Find my oil cap, take it off, get myself a funnel, like so, and I'm ready to fill it up. You need to know about how much your oil your car takes so that you can get it full. We're going to check it on the dipstick here in a minute, but you might have seen that I had two jugs of it. That's because this one takes 6 quarts of oil, and you don't actually get all of it out. So I'm going to put the majority of this 5 quart in, then I'm going to check it. But I'm going to do that before I start it up. I'm going to check my dipstick. Hey, who you calling a dipstick? Always make sure that you wipe your dipstick off first and then stick it back in and check it, because there might be residue oil already. So after wiping it off and checking it, I'm going to look, and it looks full. But remember that I don't have anything in my filter yet, so now I'm going to go ahead and start her up. So I started it up and let it run for a few minutes. Not a lot on the dipstick, so we're just going to go ahead and put the rest of this in. That'll give us a good 5 quarts. So I put oil in and checked it a couple times and ended up getting about 5.5 quarts of oil in. Now we're going to put in our oil filler plug, and you can see right here, I forgot to mention that sometimes, maybe many times, it's right on there as to what weight oil your car takes. And really, that's all there is to do. On this, there's one more thing that I'll show you, but really that's all there is for an oil change. And as far as cleanup's concerned, put your old filter in a Walmart sack, pitch it in the trash, pour your old oil back into the container that you poured your new oil out of, and properly dispose it. Any AutoZone or O'Reilly or most parts stores will take this back to properly dispose of it. And for our cardboard for this, just properly dispose that in a recycle bin. And that does it for changing your oil on To Do's and Brews. Hope you enjoyed this episode.